Oh, good morning.
It's gonna be business as usual.
Hi, you guys. For anyone who has not seen my face before, hi, my name is Jonni, and welcome to the video where I'm gonna do crafts out of the hair I just cut off. If you want to know why I'm doing this, I literally don't know. I just had nothing better to do. It started as a bit and then I became really serious about it, but I'm really proud of how they turned out. I ended up making 2 different brushes and still had hair left over. The first brush I made is intended to be a paintbrush or whatever else I want to use it for. And the second brush, it's going to be used for face powder because I needed this brush anyway, and I had so much hair that they cut off that I'm like, okay, well, I might as well make something that I'll actually use. So here it is. So I want to show you guys how I made them, and then we're going to do a test of how they work at the very end. While you're here, if you want to push some buttons on this video to feed the algorithm, I would really appreciate it because I would love to get paid to make these silly little videos. Obviously, I have enough hair to do multiple brushes, so we are going to start with a paintbrush.
Attempt 1 is I'm sawing this. I'm gonna try to make like a T and bend it back and put the hair in.
The significant thing is that pillow slip being in my car. Now someone must have put it there deliberately. Whoever it was had a grudge against 2 people, Vicky and me, and hated us both enough to want to kill us.
Oh, good morning.
It's gonna be business as usual.
Alrighty, the first one was easy. The next one's gonna be easy too, right? Wrong. So what I'm doing here, I'm going through that pile of hair that I had and sticking it to a piece of tape. After a while, the tape is going to look like this. And actually, I learned you need to add more than that, so I went back and added more, otherwise it was not going to be thick enough. This did take a decent amount of time, but honestly it wasn't too bad, because I had a lot of chunks of hair that were already sticking together. So, for this project I've been using this contact cement glue. Is it the right kind of glue to use? Honestly, I have no clue. If you have a better option in the comments, let me know. This is just what I had, and I didn't want to waste resources on buying new things, so all of this stuff was already accessible to me. So I was using this paintbrush to try to spread the glue evenly over the tape so that it would secure itself to the tape. Then with these 2 sections of tape, I rolled them up kind of like a cinnamon roll, and then used the other one and wrapped it around the first and got a bigger cinnamon roll. After this, I actually did end up adding more later, but alright, for the base of this brush, I'm also using bamboo, but a thicker piece. So here's a video of me sawing it. Very nice work, Jonni. Look at me, a little farm boy. Alright, and then from there, the job was just trying to make the natural hole in the bamboo bigger so I could put that cinnamon roll of hair in there. And look at that, just have to make it a little wider, but there we go. And look at this ugly, it's so gross, this ugly cinnamon roll of hair. Okay, so I figured out it was not enough hair for what I wanted. So this is a measure of adding an extra layer of hair. Started with a string, glued it down, waited for it to dry, and then I basically sewed it onto the base and then glued that whole thing down. I don't know how to describe it better than that, but I added more hair. Then once everything was dry, I put another layer of glue on the outside of the bamboo and I started wrapping it in this cotton string. And this part isn't so necessary. It doesn't have to do so much with keeping anything secured. The brush just looked ugly and I want to actually be able to use it, and I thought this made it look a lot better. Once it was wrapped up, I had to add a little more glue at the top to secure it all. This is what it looked like before I gave it a trim. How cute. It looks so funny with the longer hair on the outside. Looks like a sun. Alright, then I just took some scissors and I snipped away. Did I know what I was doing? Not really. Could it have looked better? Probably. But did it work? Yeah. All right, look at that. That's my finished product after it had its little trim. I think she looks so beautiful, so natural, so great. All right, so of course we have to test these brushes. We're gonna start with the paintbrush. So at first I just wanted to see how smooth it went on, and I was doing this outside so the wind was awful. That's why everything keeps flying, but the lighting indoors was bad. Anyways, the whole thing, just ignore it. So I thought it was really smooth going on. I actually really liked it. I did notice the hair was a bit too long to be more precise. But if I'm just kind of play painting or whatever you call it, it's a nice brush. And I also tried to do some lines just to see how straight I could make them, but also to see how much color actually stayed on the brush. Honestly, I was surprised with how many lines I could do, and it was a very satisfying gradient. Honestly, very satisfied with the first brush. I think I could do a better job or maybe make different types or different kinds of painting. But for my first try, I am very impressed with myself. Okay, before I'm using it, I am washing this brush and we're gonna see how much fallout there is. There's obviously some hair falling out, but it's less than I expected and that's okay with me. All right, so again, I want this brush to be a powder brush. So I have my powder here and I have the brush and I'm just gonna put it on my face. Because the brush was bigger than the container, it was hard for me to tap off the excess product. So there's a lot of powder actually falling. Once I got used to that, I think a lot more stayed on, or I kind of like tilted my head back so I could like keep the product. But yeah, look at my face. Can you tell there's powder on it? I could. I'm actually very proud of this brush too, and I will be using it for my makeup. So yeah, that is how I made 2 brushes out of my own human hair. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to do me a favor by hitting the like or subscribe button, it would help me and my algorithm out a lot, and I really, really, really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.